All right. Hopefully everybody had a nice Christmas or whatever and got whatever the hell you wanted. But today, that what we're gonna talk about. Oops, microphone. I got an issue here with a little update on this gun, the Staccato HD, uh, HD P4 or 4-inch, whatever. Um, so I'm sitting right now at about 6, 7 thousand rounds, something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's within 7,000 rounds. But a few weeks or no, a few months ago, I noticed that the safety on the ambi side, so on the support hand side, started to kind of walk out, and it would keep me from dropping safe. It's there. So anyway, check it out. Comes out. Um, so okay. So I pay attention to that. Oh, let's back up. So when I first got this, a buddy shot it and my wife shot it, and they were doing the thumbs off, completely off. Like most people tell you, your thumbs have nothing to do with shooting the gun. So people usually don't put their thumbs up against the frame of a pistol. Let's show the Glock. People don't really put them up against the deal. So a lot of people teach you loose thumbs or whatever, or thumbs forward, whatever. But a lot of people say your thumbs have no do nothing. Um, but if you shoot the 1911, you kind of know you drop the safety, the manual safety, and then you kind of just leave it there for the ride. This one is audible, tactile, as they say, but it's not like very hard. The one I have from Rock Island, I remember when I first got that one. That one's like pretty tough to drop. But once you loosen it in, it's real good, and it never comes back off. So I never had an issue with my primary hand, strong hand, whatever. But it was when I would shoot some weak hand only stuff. As people, it's either your thumbs up, or people will tell you put your thumb down and it's better, whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you is what works for you. But at the time, when I was shooting very competently with the M&P gang bros, I was experimenting with both, and for some reason, I think I had better control with my thumb down. So when I was getting used to this gun for several months before I started using it in USPSA, uh, getting used to dropping that safety, my hand where it needed to be, plus getting the mag release was difficult, but it took me a while, and now I'm more than proficient. But when I went to do with this hand, that's when I started having issues. So if my thumb was tucked down during recoil, the safety would go on. And I kind of like really try to watch it in video when I was practicing, and really be aware of where my hand was, and during the recoil, if it was like bumping up, but no, so it just would flip back on. Same thing when my wife shot it and my buddy Dustin shot it. I had to tell them, put your thumb right there and part of your grip instead of just whatever. So that was issue number one, which people will tell you you need to ride that, whatever, not a big deal. Well, then the safety started walking out. Then all of a sudden, one day while it was on safe, it just fell out while I was back here dry fire training and stuff. And I don't remember if it's done that at the range or while I was out live firing. Um, but anyway, so this past Wednesday, I guess, would have been Christmas Eve. I was out shooting, training, whatever, since I had the day off. And I noticed when I was shooting, I could feel the trigger getting heavier and heavier and heavier as I was doing like doubles or something. And then all of a sudden it just went dead and nothing. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I checked, safety was good. I put the safety back on. And then I drew it again, dropped the safety, and started shooting, and it was fine. So kept doing that, and as I kept doing it, again, it'd get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier, and then all of a sudden it would lock up, and the safety was still down. My thumbs were still riding it, and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe it needs to be cleaned. So I took it home, cleaned it to my best of my ability, just regular field strip. Didn't take out any internals from the frame or from the slide. I don't think I really should have to for that amount of I was gonna say miles, but rounds, and just clean it out real good, get all the gunk out, lubed it really good, and had the match Friday night. And if you've seen that video, check out that video. I had some issues, and the issues were from the safety. So on the first stage, as I start, I shoot right, I move aggressively to the left, and I go up into that um, first position of that V style deal, whatever. And shooting. Let's fix this. Shooting steel, and then there was like a stack that had a no shoot. I think it was one up, and then the no shoot was across, or the other one was across, whatever it was. But as I shot the steel, when I got to the paper, it went dead. So then I racked the gun and went about my business. If you see the POV, you can see my thumbs where it needs to be. I didn't break my thumb from the time I started and drew to the right and then aggressively went to the left. And I just continued on holding my grip as I came into position instead of breaking it. Even though it was a nice little run, I probably should have broke my hands to get there faster, but I didn't. Um, so anyway, so started doing it again, and I was talking to my buddy. He said something about taking it off or something like that. I don't know what he was saying. I don't know if I paid attention to what he was saying, but I thought it hit me, and I was like, why don't I just take that off? So I ended up taking this off and just using just the uh, the primary safety without the ambi side, and everything was fine. And I don't remember really having any issues until I got to the second to the last stage, which is the one with all the steel poppers and then the clamshells. So it was like engage. You had to engage, and halfway through before you finished off, you had to mandatory reload. So it was like steel. It was open, a clamshell, a bunch of steel with two activators on the outside, two more clamshells from the second activator, and then another open. So I had the plan, whatever. And as I was going, and I hit the second activator, I swung over to see the open, so I can go activator, open, clamshell, or activator, open, yeah, clamshell, clamshell. And as I go over, nothing. It looks like I'm hesitating, like I'm afraid or whatever, but I'm not. So too easy. So I throw two at the activator to get it down faster, bop bop, and then open, and it's nothing. So if you look at the POV, I'm going like that, and then I swing over to the first one that opens, and it's already closing, and I shoot the no shoot, and then I come over to the second one, shoot the second one, and I come back and throw one more at the head box of the one I shot the no shoot. I don't remember if I even hit it or not. Maybe I didn't. So that was just it. I was like, well, I'm already screwed. I'm wasting time, whatever. Then the last stage was the classifier, and I did really well on that. So the gun held together after that. So talked to some other people, and they're talking about putting Atlas stuff on here and get a different whatever, but I don't know if this is compatible with other 2011 style stuff, because this is kind of a new gun, so I don't really know. But anyway, the following day, I put in the warranty ticket or whatever through Staccato, and had to explain everything or whatever. So I don't know if they're going to be open this week of what do you call it, New Year's, or if they're going to return back on the 5th. So next week. So I'll have to wait and see, because they haven't contacted me yet. So hopefully I get to see what the Staccato warranty is all about, and I get to send this back, and they do whatever they got to do to it. So I don't know. Really do love this gun. If I finally took me months to get it comfortable, to make myself comfortable with it, and to shoot the way I want to shoot, or aggressively when I need to be aggressive, fast when I want to come out of the holster, on target, all that stuff, transitions, reloads. Excuse me. It took a while for me to get my hand placement. So I worked with this thing for months. Let's say I got it in March. I think the first time I shot a match was September or October. So that's April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 6 or 7 months that I had that working with it, in dry fire and shooting it, before I actually brought it out for a match. And then I still was going back and forth until I decided this was going to be the primary for this year, the rest of this year, and going into 2026. But now I'm not so sure. But seeing how I kind of was keeping this in the back of my mind, to the similarities aren't exactly the same, and they're not identical. The guns aren't identical, but there are some similarities in it. The angles are somewhat similar. The thickness of the grip is somewhat similar. The feel, once you get used to it, it feels very, very similar. The shooting isn't exactly the same. The trigger is obviously nicer on the HD, but the way it fits and the way it feels to me, it's very similar. The only thing is it's the Glock trigger, so whatever. So the plan was, when I bought this mistake, is I was going to cross train or go back and forth between the Glock and the HD and whatever, kind of put the M&Ps to rest for just a little while, because I already know I'm not really getting any further with that. So it's kind of time for me to mix it up. Um, the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results. I did make master and CO with that, but after that, lately, I just something didn't feel right, so it was time for a change. So since that didn't work out, I was able to pick up that other 47 from a buddy, and I do have that slide and everything right here. This is not the 47. This is actually my Glock 19 that I've had for many, many years. So the 19 bottom, the 47 top. Why not just go with the same 19? I actually prefer the longer slide, the way it feels. I do like that 19 with the TLR1 on the front end of it and the weight and everything. But I don't want to switch over to one of those holsters. I just want to use the same holster and setup that I've been using. And this is actually a PDP holster, and it fits the PDP. It fits the Staccato HD. Technical difficulties. And it fits all the Glocks. So one holster, sorry about that. One holster fits 3 different guns. And so I'm just gonna rock with that. And the only thing is the mag carriers for Glock are thicker, or the Glock is thicker than the PDP, so I can't exactly run that belt with the PDP, and I don't have a PDP belt set up. My belts are set up for my 2.0 and this, which isn't going to be coming out just yet. And the reason being is I changed a bunch of I've been changing all the springs and stuff, the hammer spring, and now I'm at a 10, I think. I got a 10 and an 8 after I had that 13. The 13 was fine, but it was still well past the 8 pounds. I think the 10 right now has this down to about 6. But once I change that, now I'm into the light strikes, the light primer strikes, whatever. So instead of going back to the 13, which I know was fine, I ordered an extended firing pin to go along with the recommended firing pin spring. I don't know why I didn't buy the firing pin the same time I bought that spring and everything. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. So that should be coming hopefully within the next few days. I got an email shipped today, so I may actually have this before my next match. But to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna use it just yet because I'm not exactly comfortable with it, and I need some more time. I mean, I could just do it, but I want to just show up prepared. That's kind of what I do. Um, but seeing how I'm going to be shooting the production match for Western States, uh, I was going to shoot this gun and shoot the HD like I did in the last match because allow you to shoot a little bit more because it's so cheap or whatever. The club doesn't really, they don't have a big issue with you shooting. I don't think you can shoot carry optics twice, but maybe you can. I don't know. They don't really, it's a local level one match. I don't know, but I never really shoot the same thing. I've shot LO and carrier optics before, even though I used the same gun. But it was because I was trying to push the classification up for both of them. Um, so it's really no benefit to shoot iron sights and an optic, but it's basically going to be the same gun. They're both going to be roughly like 49s. So it'll be the 19 with the 47, and then this is just the 49. The only difference is I have the little extended half deal on this, and this one didn't have it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But very similar with the NDZ mag releases. This one's a little bit wider, a little bit longer than this one, and but yeah, this is the one I had, the optic I had laying around, the 407 507C. Why don't I put one of the bigger optic windows on there? See, now I have Vortex Defender, I got Holosun, I got multiple Holosun of these laying around. I don't really want to. I did mess around with the bigger Holosun on this for several months, and this is how I bought this gun. I bought the 47 that's not working because the slide plate came off. But I had bought this. Well, this is actually the 407. This is not the multi reticle one, but same thing as my 507. I actually bought this because I was able to get it all at Sportsman's. They didn't have the big one at the time. Plus, I didn't really care. But it seems like, believe it or not, the center where the dot is, the overall is a little bit lower. The windows are somewhat similar, but it does seem like the center of the dot is slightly lower. The window size doesn't really mean so much unless you can't find it. then it probably means something. But anyway, I just don't really want to keep taking stuff off and changing them around right now. So this isn't even a primary gun yet, but I'll probably end up shooting this weekend with the 49 and just swap back and forth until we figure out what's going to happen with this. So I'm still waiting for Staccato to email me back or tell me what's going on so I could send this back and hopefully get it sorted out. So like I said, it's got less than 7,000 rounds. I would be surprised if it's over 7 at this time. The last couple months, I did start putting in a lot of rounds through it and use it for one of the days at the Stager class. But that would have been only like 600 rounds or something like that. So like I said, I think I'm at about 7-ish. But I guess we'll just let you know what's coming of this. But that's the only issue I've really had on that is that safety. And people are asking if recommending or suggesting maybe I didn't have my thumb on there. But I watched the video and I did. And like I said, I wouldn't have brought the gun out if I didn't have that nailed down. And somebody also suggested that maybe my support hand was pushing up. I don't really push this hand up that high when I shoot this gun. The hand pretty much comes like that. So I mean, I can't this isn't even touching the safety, my support hand. So if I put it put my primary hand on the deal, and this is where I have it. If you see, if I move my hand, it doesn't even bump up. So I can't see that being an issue. But I'll find out. We'll see what they say. I do know, like I said, this was falling off, and that's got to be some kind of a problem to me. But I don't know. I'll figure out what they say. But when they contact, I'll probably do a video and see how fast I get it back and see what they say is the issue. But there you go. Rambled on a little bit too much, but we have an issue with the Staccato HD P4, and I think it's a safety issue.